Hare Krishna. Sat-tila ekadashi katha. Sri Dalbhya Rishi said to Palastya Muni, when the spirit soul comes in contact with the material energy, he immediately begins to perform sinful activities such as stealing, killing, and illicit sex. He may even perform many other terrible deeds such as killing a Brahmin of pure. O purest of personalities, please tell me how these unfortunate souls may escape the punishment of being sent to hellish regions of creation. Kindly inform me how, by giving even a little in charity, one may be his sins. Pulastya Muni replied, O fortunate one, you have asked me an important and confidential question which not even Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, or Indra has ever asked. Please listen very carefully to my answer. With the arrival of the month of Magh, January February, one should bathe, carefully control the senses by giving up lust, anger, pride, jealousy, fault finding, and greed, and meditate on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. One should then gather up some cow dung before it touches the ground and mixing it with sesame seed and cotton form 108 balls. This should be done on the day when the constellation of Purva Ashar Nakshatra arrives. Then one should follow the rules and regulations of Sri Ekadashi, which I shall now explain to you. After bathing, the person who intends to observe Ekadashi should worship the Supreme Lord while praying to Lord Krishna by chanting his holy name. He should promise to observe the Ekadashi fast. He should remain awake overnight and perform a fire sacrifice. Then the devotee should perform an arati ceremony for the pleasure of the Lord, who holds a conch stick, club, and so on in his hands, offering him sandalwood paste to his feet, incense, camphor, a bright ghee lamp, and delicious food preparations. Next, the devotee should offer the 108 balls of cow dung, sesame seeds, and cotton wool into the sacred fire whilst chanting such holy names of the Lord as Purusha, Sukta, and other names. Throughout the whole day and night, he should also observe the standard Ekadashi Vrat, which in this case is a fast from all kinds of grains and beans. On this occasion, one should offer the Lord pumpkin, coconut, and guava. If these items are unavailable, betel nut may be substituted. The devotee should pray to Lord Sri Janardhan, the benefactor of all living beings, in this way: O Lord Sri Krishna, you are the most merciful personality of Godhead and the giver of liberation to all fallen souls. O Lord, we have fallen into the ocean of material existence. Please be kind to us. O lotus-eyed divinity, please accept our most humble, affectionate, and respectful obeisances. O protector of the entire world, we offer you our humble respects again and again. O Supreme Spirit, O Supreme One, O source of all our forefathers, may you and your eternal consort Srimati Lakshmi Devi please accept these humble offerings. The devotee should then try to please a qualified Brahmin with a warm welcome, a pot full of water, an umbrella, a pair of shoes, and clothes, requesting him at the same time to bestow his blessings, by which one may develop unalloyed love for Lord Krishna. According to one's ability, one may also donate a black cow to such a Brahmin, particularly to one who is very well versed in all the injunctions of Vedic scriptures. One should also offer him a pot full of sesame seeds. O exalted Dalbhya Muni, black sesame seeds are especially suitable for formal worship and fire sacrifices, while white or brown are meant to be eaten by a qualified Brahmin. One who can arrange to give both kinds of sesame seeds, black, white, or brown, especially on the Sat-tila Ekadashi day, will be promoted to at least the heavenly planets after leaving his present body for as many thousands of years as the number of seeds that would be produced if the seeds he donated were sown in the ground and grew into mature seeds bearing plants. On this Ekadashi, a faithful person should bathe in the water mixed with sesame seeds, rub sesame seed paste on his body, offer sesame seeds into the fire in sacrifice, eat sesame seeds, give sesame seeds away in charity, accept charitable gifts of sesame seeds. These are the 6, that is the Sat, Shat, Shat, ways in which sesame seeds or til are utilized for spiritual purification on this ekadashi. Therefore, it is called Sat-tila ekadashi. The great Devrishi Narad Muni once asked the Supreme Personality of Godhead Shri Krishna, O mighty armed Lord, O you who are so affectionate to your loving devotees, please accept my most humble obeisances. O Yadav, kindly tell me the results one obtained by observing Sat-tila ekadashi. Lord Krishna replied, O best of the twice-born Brahmins, I shall narrate to you an account of an incident I personally witnessed long ago on earth. There lived an old female Brahmani who worshipped me every day with controlled senses. She very faithfully observed many a fast, especially on special days, honoring me. My various appearance days, Janmashtami, Ramnavami, Vaman Dwadashi, Nrsimha Chaturdashi, Vara Dwadashi, Gaura Purnima, etc., and served me with full devotion, devoid of any personal motive. Her rigorous fasting made her quite weak and thin. She gave charity to Brahmins and to young maidens, Kanyas, and even planned to give away her house in charity. O best of the Brahmins, although this spiritually minded woman gave charitable donations to worthy people, the odd feature of her austerity was that she never gave food to Brahmins or the Devas, that is, the demigods. I began to reflect on this curious omission. This fine woman has purified herself by fasting on all the auspicious occasions and by offering me strict devotional worship. Therefore, she certainly has some eligible to enter my personal abode, which is unattainable by ordinary persons. So I come down to this planet to examine her, disguising myself as a follower of Lord Shiva's, complete with a garland of skulls draped around my neck and begging pot in my hand. As I approached her, she said to me, O respectful one, tell me truthfully why you have come before me. I replied, O beautiful one, I have come to get some sacred alms from you. Whereupon she angrily threw a dense lump of mud into my begging pot. O Narad Muni, I simply turned around and went back to my personal abode, astonished at this fine Brahmani's peculiar mixture of great magnanimity and stinginess. At last, this austere lady reached the spiritual world in her self-same body. So great were her efforts at fasting and charity. And because she had indeed offered me a lump of mud, I transformed that mud into a beautiful home. However, O Naradji, this particular house was just like that mud, completely devoid of any edible grains, as well as any furniture or ornamentation. And when she entered it, she found only an empty structure. She therefore approached me and said with great anger, I fasted repeatedly on so many auspicious occasions, making my body weak and thin. I have worshipped you and prayed to you in so many different ways, for you are truly the master and protector of all the universes. Yet despite all this, there is no food or wealth to be seen in my new home. O Janardhan, please tell me, why is this? I replied, please return to your house sometimes later. The wives of the demigods will pay you a visit out of curiosity to see the new arrival, but do not open your door until they have described to you the glories and importance of the Sat-tila ekadashi. Hearing this, she returned to her house. Eventually, the Deva's wives arrived there and in unison said, O beautiful one, we have come to have your darshan. O auspicious one, please open the door to your house and let us see you. The lady replied, O most dear ones, if you want me to open the door, you will have to describe to me the merit one obtains by observing the sacred fast of Sat-tila ekadashi. But to this request, not even one of the wives responded. Later, however, they returned to the house, and one of the wives nicely explained the sublime nature of this sacred ekadashi. And when the lady at last opened her door, they saw that she was neither a demigoddess, a Gandharvi, or a she-demon, or not even a Nagapatni. She was simply an ordinary human lady. From then on, the lady observed Sat-tila ekadashi, which awards all material enjoyment and liberation at the same time, as it has been described to her. And she finally received the beautiful furnishings and grains she had expected for her home. However, moreover, her once ordinary material body was transformed into a beautiful spiritual form made of Satchidanand, eternality, knowledge and bliss, with a fine complexion. So by the mercy and grace of Sat-tila ekadashi, both the lady and her new home in the spiritual world were at last radiantly splendid and lustrous with gold, silver, jewels, and diamonds. O Naradji, a person should not ostentatiously observe ekadashi out of greed, with the hope of attaining wealth dishonestly. Selflessly, he should simply donate sesame seeds, clothes, and food according to his capacity, or by doing so, he will achieve good health and exalted spiritual consciousness, birth after birth. Ultimately, he will be given release from the bonds of this world, that is, liberation and admittance into the Lord's supreme abode will be his to enjoy. That is my opinion. O best of the demigods, Devrishis, O Dalbhe Muni, Pulastya Rishi concluded, one who properly observes this wonderful Sat-tila ekadashi with great faith becomes free from all kinds of poverty, spiritual, mental, physical, social, and intellectual, as well as all kinds of ill luck and evil omens, that is, the shakuns. Indeed, following this ekadashi fast by donating, sacrificing, or eating sesame seed frees one of all past sins without a doubt. One need not wonder how this happens. The rare soul who properly performs these acts of charity in the right devotional mood, following the Vedic injunctions, will become utterly free of all sinful reactions and go back to the Godhead, back home to the spiritual world. Thus ends the narration of the glories of Magh Krishna Ekadashi or Sat-tila Ekadashi from the sacred Bhavishya Uttar Puran of Srila Krishna Dvaipanya Vyasa. Hare Krishna.